Hi guys, so for today's start from stash, I've been wanting to make like little matchbook, like notepads, kind of, a little something so you can just write little notes and tear them out if you need to, or something kind of, inexpensive, quick, those kinds of things. And so I was at Miranda's school right now helping. I'm like, oh, I should work on that matchbook idea. And so I got home and I just started. I have some paper packs I'm looking at them right now in front of me that are like close to my heart, that are just like still in their plastic bag, kind of lined up on a shelf here. And so I pulled some of those. And as I was pulling that, because I thought, well, just to get some paper, right? I found this, and I'm like, oh, did I make this card? And actually, it's a card from a friend from Carol Quick here when I used to sell Close to My Heart. Whenever people would place an order, I would always send a thank you card. And so this is a thank you to my thank you from August 7th, 2017, you guys. And look how pretty. So cute. So thank you so much, Carol. But there's some other items in here that I want to try out. So I was like, oh, you know what? That'll work, I think, for my idea. So generally, this is stuff that you have in your stash, or just pull out your papers, whatever it is, your tools. But if there's anything that I'm using that is still available, I'll link in the description box. Those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you're purchasing items to those links. Having said that, I really don't think there's anything here that's linkable other than maybe this scoreboard or whatever we need. So, we did like altered notepads, right? Mini like memo pads, and this is similar to the one I kind of discussed, but not really. So when you're thinking about these things, I'm just going to take a little piece of paper from here. You would think, oh, it's easy. A matchbook, you know how Matchbook is, how it folds up at the bottom, right? It's folded here. So when this comes over, it clicks, it like just slips into that area. But you really have to make it so that when you do the staple and that paper comes over, you're not, or whatever it is that you're closing it with, too far, like hitting it, because then it'll stay kind of open. You know what I'm saying? Kind of weird, a little bit funky. Hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. So let's talk about this. Why do I always start and then never know where my pencils are? But see, there it is. Okay, so generally, let's pretend this is our matchbook to start off with. Let me get a little closer and let me get these guys out of the way because they make my camera think something's happening. Okay, so you're first gonna have a score line here somewhere, right? That's gonna score up. Then, depending on what size papers you put in this, you're gonna have some little papers in here, right? So they're basically gonna be in here. Let's just pretend a little bit smaller, maybe the same size, but either way, this is gonna fold up and it's going to staple these guys in place. Then this is gonna flap down, so we need a score line there, and then you're gonna give yourself another little score line just to make it look like a matchbook. It depends on how much paper you have. If it's like a thick stack of paper, obviously you're gonna want like a little gusseted area, like a little spine. If not, honestly, you can just fold it down, no big deal, but I do want to put that in there just because it makes it look more matchbooky and it's cute. And then this area needs to be long enough to come over and just click in a little bit, right? Tuck in a little bit to this fold that we just made. So I was kind of dealing with numbers in my head. I'm like, 2 by 3, that'd be cute, because that's really small though, right? 2.5. So of course you can come up with numbers that make your paper be maximized. If you're using 12-inch papers, 4s and 3s, 2s, those are great numbers. I'm probably gonna cut down 8.5 by 11 printer paper. So my numbers, I don't care. I'm just gonna make something up that I think would look cute. So like if we had 3 by 4, that's kind of a big matchbook, right? 3 by 4. I'm thinking more something smaller. How about 3? That's an interesting size. 3 by 2.5. No, I don't like that. I'm just kind of imagining. 3 inches tall, 2.5 wide. Let's do that. 3 inches tall, 2.5 wide. I think that's cute because it's kind of petite, kind of small. So 2.5 inches wide, that means our paper is definitely going to be 2.5 inches wide, right? So there's nothing to play with there. Oh, the other thing in this paper pack, or it's not even a paper pack, you guys, this is just, I was like, memory protectors. I'm like embossing, like I don't even know what or why these things are, like, why are these embossing folders separate from everything else in my stash? These are super old. Snowflakes that are not very stylized at all, but they're cute. Aw. And then, oh, look at this one, Christmas lights, and these are like 5 by 7. They feel very thin, so they're basic embossing folders. I have just, what happened is when I saw this, I saw these things, and I'm like, I know a lot of us have Project Life stuff and things like that, so maybe we can trim these down in a way that we can use them, like maybe there's some that have sentiments or something, so I'll try to open that up. There's another pack in here. There's this cute one that's all Happy Christmas bundle. Look at this, I've never opened it. It has acetate sheets that are really cute. Again, you know, just use a die and cut that out, maybe put it on our, however, right? Obviously these, I don't even know what this is. I'm assuming those papers you use to put pictures on? I have no idea. Okay, so, you know, maybe we can cut some of those down. So that also, you know, might factor into how you stylize your stuff. So 1/4 inch flap isn't that much, but 1/2 inch is kind of high. Do I want to do a 1/4 inch? Let's think. If this is 3 inches tall, okay, we can do the flap 1/2 inch. So let's say 1/2 inch. So right here we're going to score at 1/2 inch. So we need a 1/2 inch piece here. To clear the 3 inches tall, we need at least 3 inches here. So 3 inches here. We have a 1/2 inch here. And then here, I just want to do like 1/4 inch, just like a little something. So a 1/4 inch there. And then we need, again, you're not going to do a full 3 inches to bring it back down, because if this piece is here and you have a staple, this is going to be slightly smaller than that 3 inches. So let's say we staple at a 1/4 inch and 2 3/4 with the staple a 1/4 inch. Let's do that. Okay. Let me think about this for 2 more seconds, but I think this should only be about 2 3/4 coming down here, so that last 1/4 inch from the 1/2 inch will overlap. Okay, so theoretically that should work. So in my brain I'm like, yeah. So let's add this up. 2 3/4, 1/4, that's 3, 6 1/2. So I need a strip of paper that's 2 1/2 inches wide by 6 1/2 inches long, and that's just our base papers. Now the little papers that are going to go in here, you know, you probably want to make them a little smaller than 2 1/2 by 3, just so that they tuck in real nice. So I'm just going to get some printer paper and cut them down. Let's say, I mean, just a hair smaller than 2 1/2 and a hair smaller than 3 inches, guys. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. So just, I mean, you know, take it to my guillotine, just a little smaller than 2 1/2 and just a little smaller than 3, but a good stack of papers, okay? I'll bring this together. This is just 8 1/2 by 11 paper. Honestly, I don't even know how many sheets are here, maybe 4 or 5. And I was just thinking, if I do the 2 1/2, if we do it this way, 3 inches and 3 inches, we'll still have 2 1/2 left, right? Because that's 6 8 1/2. So that's kind of interesting. It intrigues me. So maybe, I don't know. And again, they're going to be all a little bit different. So if we do a little bit smaller than 3, like I said, and you know, you want to try to make them so they're all about the same. So I have that one there. Maybe what I can do is stack this on top. And if you want to cut more than one, you know, at once, of course you can definitely do that. I'm just trying to cut this about the same so they're about even. And then I still have this 2 1/2 inch piece here. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so there we go. And then about 2 1/2 in the other direction. These are gonna be so tiny. So, okay. And then 2 1/2 in the other direction. Again, just a little smaller than that 2 1/2. So, I mean, you can get a ton off of something like this. And I'm trying to keep them straight, but what I'll do is tuck the parts that don't look quite right down at the base so you won't see it. You know what I'm saying? So at the top they'll be more lined up. So again, I don't want to do too many, because I'm going to staple it, but you can definitely, I think that's good enough already for one. But of course, the way I cut it, you saw this 2 1/2 strips, now you can do 3 inch strips. So yeah, that 2 1/2 inches left, right? After we cut about 6 inches off of there. So there's plenty to be made from just these sheets of paper. And then I'm gonna go through this. I just grabbed this one. It was literally next to that bag. So look at Beautiful Friendship. I would use thicker paper, to be honest. This stuff is thick, but it's not like what we're used to nowadays, you know, like thick goodness. Oh, it even has cut aparts. Let me see this. Beautiful Friendship, it was called. Yeah, look. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, I wasn't gonna use those. There was some cardstock in here. Obviously, that was heavier weight. Oh, look at this one. It's already cut down. Let me see. What do I need? 6 1/2 inches? Ah, this one's almost 6. Okay. So I'll just go through this, but also it does have cut aparts, so that's another thing you can think about using. I mean, look at this. Even the little strips of paper. I'm gonna open this guy up. See what we have going here. see what these look like. Oh, they're packaged real well. So it's a package within a package. These guys are bigger. Obviously, we can still die cut this. You know, it's these big pieces. But how cute is this? Oh my gosh, the little hearts. Sorry if it's really blue right now. It looks like very blue, my lighting. I might change it for the next... And I'm so sorry about my lighting. It's just all day long I'm doing one thing, doing another. I come back, finish it up, and then the lighting's changed by then. But you know what I'm saying? You can die cut these pieces. Even something like this would work. This is probably... This is a 6-inch tall piece of paper, but you know, think of all those different papers you have that you can cut down that you typically probably wouldn't, or you wouldn't think of it that way. It looks like these might be journaling, so let's see if this one has images. Oh, maybe they're both the kind of thing that you can play with. Oh, is it? If this is months, then I don't need that. I was looking for something that hopefully had like sentiments or like whatever it might say, you know. December, yeah, so it was the whole months, and these are all journaling cards. That's a bummer. Don't want that. And I'm assuming these are all journaling cards too. So, okay, well, I'm gonna see what I can find in here that I might want to use just as like a little topper. Look at that. You know, something like this. Yep. Okay. So maybe this one, I'll find some paper that I would like to coordinate with that. I'll be right back. I'll try to cut this some way. We have it in 2 different directions, but it's, you know, if it's depending on how you're using this, like on your Project Life things or like the Close to My Heart system, you know, you would use it differently, but here it doesn't matter. And then here, what I'm going to do is take this guy and cut it at the 2.5. Again, this paper is thinner. I would love a little thicker something, but 2.5 by 6.5. Okay, what I'm gonna do is cut that piece off. Oh, I guess I could have cut that strip at once, so I would have maintained the 1/2-inch piece that says "Eat Cake." I just cut into it. Aw. 6.5, and if I don't want to, what I'm gonna do is measure this at 5.5, and that should leave me 6.5 over here, so I don't have to put my extension arm out. Roughly, right? Oh, what size is this paper? Super cute. Okay, so all we have to do now is our scoring. That paper is so funny, look. When I cut it, trimmed a little piece in a funky way. Alright. Oh, this will be cute because it's double-sided, so both sides of the paper will be adorable. Okay. So we are scoring at 1/2 inch. Right? And again, I'm just going to turn it this way. So we're scoring 1/2 inch, and then 3 inches from there, so 3.5. So 1/2 inch, 3.5, 1/4 inch from there, that would be 3 3/4, and that should leave us a piece that's 2 3/4 inches. If we do a quick dry run, we can kind of fold that a little bit. I'll give you the numbers again in just a minute here. And then again, so this will be up here when this folds over. And when we do that, we're going to put our staple in a way that doesn't catch this, okay? So, oh my goodness, I think that works. How funny. I'm going to nip that little last piece off because it's driving me nuts. I don't know how that happened. Just this little piece right here. Okay. So we have a piece that's 2.5 inches wide, 6.5 inches long. We are scoring at 1/2 inch, 3.5, 3 3/4, and that is it, guys. And then we have our little papers here. I do have a new stapler from We Are Memory Keepers. So what I was saying is I'm gonna go like this so that these are all lined up nice and even, and if there's anything wonky, I'll leave it down here. And basically we're gonna catch this here and staple it. And then we have this. My goodness, you guys, how cute. Yeah, you know what, let me bring out that new stapler I have. We'll see. If you don't want to use a stapler, and let's say you're adding like tons more paper and you want it real thick, you can just, excuse me, pop that in there, make 2 holes, boop, boop, and then use some ribbon to go, you know, through here and tie it together, and it'll be real cute. And you have ribbon on top instead of just a staple, right? And then you still tuck it in. But I'm gonna use that stapler since we haven't used it yet, and I want to try it out. So I'll be right back. So let's back up a little bit here. So we have a new toy here. Again, start from stash. This is a very old item. I just recently found it at, where did I pick this up at? I don't remember. I thought I got it at, what's that place called? Tuesday Morning, but I don't see a tag on here. We'll see. Anyway, let's open this guy up and see if it can punch. a pretty good amount. Let's use a medium-sized staple. I mean, the large is really cute too, but this is kind of dainty. It doesn't require that. Medium is just like your basic. Let's use the smaller one. The smaller one's cute, huh? Oh, it's in like, well, it's not really in a thing, but it's kind of like in something that holds it. So let's go with the gold color, I guess, or copper color. And I'm just gonna load this in here, I think. So I've never used this, I don't know. Let's see, small. Okay, I'm already trying to force this open like we would normally any other stapler. Okay. Oh, well, that's wonderful. We're not gonna be using that one apparently. Let's open this guy. What flew out? Okay, I'm trying to see what flew away. Oh, the spring. Good luck finding the spring. So what's funny about that is that this happens with my Tim Holtz stapler also. It'll just kind of come away, but you can always figure out a way to put it back. So that spring flew away, guys. We're not spending time looking for that. I will use this pink one. I'm so discombobulated just from that. I'm just going to have to find the things, but as I'm looking at these other staples just to check them out, like this one, you know, just popped open. It has this spring. The large one has 2 springs, so hopefully I only lost one and I'll find it somewhere. It went that way. I heard it. I heard it. It's gonna be found at some point. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that. Okay, so let's put that one to the side. We're not using that. Sorry if I just stopped to like think, should I even look for it? There's no way. Okay, so it opens like a regular stapler. We need some medium-sized staples, and the large one is really large. So you can see there. I guess I'll use this pink even though it doesn't really coordinate with what we're doing here. And we're gonna pop that in there. And it's just like a regular stapler at this point. It doesn't have a bottom, though. I don't know if you can see it. There's no base there. And I don't know if I already said this or not, but of course I can just use a regular stapler that I have like in my stuff, but I haven't used it yet. Okay, we're gonna click that down. Then this goes basically here, right? I mean, it should. Let's see. I'm gonna take a moment to look at the directions, guys, but I'm pretty sure that's what happens. Still in my mind, I'm like, what am I gonna do about this? Anyway, so you're gonna pick this up, and underneath, you're just gonna kind of push on that, see this little spring, and you're gonna set it to the one you need. So we need medium. Kind of interesting. Just turn it to medium. I guess that'll do it. And then it says place paper on board, place magnetic guide on paper, and then put your little punch, slide paper to line with guide marks for exact staple placement. My goodness. Okay. So, again, we have this going. I'm going to try to make it look nice from the top at least. And then take these papers and put them right back in here. And let's see if this can do several sheets. I mean, that's basically what we're looking at, right? Okay, so something like that. And it says to pick this up, place your paper. Those magnets are going to be a problem because they're not going to catch. But anyway, this is not, you know, We Are Memory Keeper's issue. I'm just using something in here that might be too bulky. And what they're saying is to kind of see where that's going to catch. And I want it a little bit lower. Okay. Nope, not that one. This guy already has staple kind of half out. We're going to place that in there. It's kind of interesting because it's just so small, you know. Insert coordinating small, medium, or large stapler. Staple into there. I just want to make sure, is that going to get it? Oh yeah. What's interesting is since you see this hole, you can still kind of double check and see like, okay, where's that going to hit? That's about where I would want, so I guess we're good. Okay, let's try it. Ooh, that felt real sturdy. I hope it didn't just bend over on itself. Nope. Look at that. That's pretty good. I would say this was about, I'm just going to fold that in, I don't know, 20 pieces of typing paper and then, or printer paper, and then this other guy. So now when we go in here, that just holds in, and that's the whole matchbox. Again, this needs to be high enough to hold this, but this can't be the same length as that back piece or else it's going to hit the staple or whatever it is that you decide to close it with. So just keep that in mind. You can just trim it away if it doesn't quite fit, right? Like right now, if I'm like, oh, maybe I should take another 1/8 of an inch off, then definitely do that. And then decorate it, because you don't want to decorate and then have have an issue, you know. Okay, so let's put these things back on board. I do like that they clip on here. I'm gonna have to see what to do about this. If I find the spring, it's not an issue. I will get it back on there. But if I don't find the spring, then that's an issue. But I did hear it go that way, and I heard it hit something plastic. So we will see. All right, let's put that away for now. Let's not think about that again for a moment. With this guy, I think what I'm going to do, now we can fussy cut it because it's a cute little shape, or I can take like another die and cut it. Now, since it does have its own shape, I really kind of would prefer to fussy cut it. Let's do it. Now we can definitely, you know, I'll just use some scissors, but you can always just use a, what's that called? A craft knife. And I'm just going to go around, again with fussy cutting, I put pressure with the hand that's cutting, and with the other hand I kind of give it the, I'm moving the paper with this hand. And if you have a lot of extra, you can just trim that away. I'm just going to trim this away. And if you're the type to save that, you know, go for it. I'm sure we can make some little paper ruffle or some other fun stuff with that. Ooh. Should we make a paper ruffle, guys? We might have to. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna go around this whole thing and just fussy cut. Okay, I'll be back. He's so funny that it's almost lined up for the back one. So I have that cutie. And then I just said maybe we should make like a paper ruffle with this. So let's just bring this over here. It's not that long. So I'm gonna cut that rough off. And let's say maybe 3/4 of an inch. I don't know. Probably smaller than that. It doesn't really matter. We can probably make a couple of them. And again, with these guys, I just kind of go for it. It's whatever you want. So let me get a little bit closer. And I've been standing up this whole time. Okay, so I have it just kind of big, or 3/4, but that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna fold it down, and you see it's not straight across. I'm not folding it like so it's even, like right over, you know. Okay, that's the same. No, I'm not, it's not straight up and down. It's kind of sideways a little bit. So when you go down like this, and then I come back across straight. That's a little too close, but that's okay. And then I'll bring it back behind, and then again, kind of crooked so that we get that look there. And then I'll bring it back kind of straightish, you know, whatever. And then again, bring it forward, and then a little bit straight, a little bit crooked, and then straight again. And maybe I can get one more. This is, I'm running out of paper here. Doesn't say, it's very small. Huh. Okay guys, since that is very short, what I just did is cut another piece, 3/4 inches, and I'm gonna glue that on. Just to keep going. I don't know how that's gonna look or if it matters, but okay. So I'm gonna let that set up for just a second, and just because of that, to be honest, I didn't want it that close, so I'll probably just bend it a little further out, and then we'll put something on there to cover it up. So let me let that set up for a minute, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that lighting. There it is. And since this is a little bit special now, I'm going to fold it probably there and here. That looks good. And again, back a little bit crooked, and then back straight again. Again, the ruffle is just whatever. Like, we can even put that piece on top of this piece to make it look better. Something like that. And I'm just going to cut this piece off. And I'm leaving a little extra because I'm going to dovetail it. So I'm going to take this and run my sewing machine over that, okay? And I know it looks like a little hot mess, but it'll be fun. I'll be right back. Just doing that little stitching, it just makes it so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this piece like this. Something like that. And then this side, I kind of like to leave the stitching there just because it's cuter. Okay, so we have a couple things to play with now. I mean, you could put this on here if you wanted, and then it would, you know, it would also help you tuck the thing, but I wanted to look like a matchbook that people can see that it's matchbookish. Also, this bottom part I didn't cut as nicely as I did the top, so I thought, oh, you know what, this will help me cover that. I think we can do that. And normally I would do something like this, or put this behind because it's just cute peeking out, you know. It's whatever you guys want. Obviously at this point you're just decorating, having some fun with it. And generally I would hot glue down one of my ruffles. But for now we're just doing this. And I mean, check it out. You can't even tell where I like added in the other paper. So, not a big deal there. Maybe put that, let's make sure we're as low as we're gonna be. I was gonna do something, but I decided not to. I was like, oh, I can just open it up and decorate it flat, but you definitely want to know where to stop decorating, you know? So like here, I'm just gonna hold that down. Oh, you know what, should we make it a little fun, like over here to the side? Okay, fine, I'll leave it there. Yes, I'm arguing with myself. Okay, I'm just gonna hold that down. I'll be right back. So, I mean, for some, that would be finished. That would get super cute. You have your little papers. Maybe you do a little something on the back if you want. But again, how quick or what kind of project you're looking for? Is it something like more gifty or just a quick little something or something you're gonna throw in your own purse, you know, whatever. So it has that very much Matchbox look. Not Matchbox, Matchbook, sorry. And it opens up here, and you have your little notes, and you can just rip them out as you go, or whatever, or just leave them there, of course. And then we have this little guy, and I'm just gonna finish it off. I just got these, sometimes you start from stash, but these I just got delivered, and so I am going to pop one of these on. How cute is that? Again, people ask about how I use stickers, and I'm not great at using stickers, but I'm getting better at it. Like, I think this would look really cute. Just there. What I do with stickers, though, I will tell you, is if it has a carrier like this, obviously sometimes they come like on a white sheet, but if it has a carrier like this, I just like to audition things, you know, kind of try that out. And honestly, I want to put that there. I thought that looks really cute. And now having seen these guys up here, I thought, oh, maybe I should put another one up here. So, I mean, that's just kind of how that works for me. And that's it, guys. So just a quick tutorial on how to kind of design your own. Obviously, you can make them much bigger. I would definitely use a sturdier paper, but this actually, with all the layering that we did, or you know, these different bits, it feels pretty sturdy. So not bad. Cute, double-sided paper. Already works out for you. And there it is. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you're starting from stash. I know people are really looking forward to doing that in the new year. I've heard from a lot of you guys. So thanks for watching, and thanks for hanging in there with me, especially with that little We Are Memory Keepers stapler kind of whatever happened there. Hopefully I can find the spring. All right, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.